Dignity Not Citizenship, The Truth About Immigration No One Is Telling You is a new book from my next guest, who has certainly stirred the pot because she doesn't come into any of these conversations without experience. And she doesn't fit neatly into any of the columns that people on the left or right would like her to. Congresswoman Maria Elvira Salazar is a congresswoman representing Florida 27 and the author of Dignity Not Citizenship. She joins me now. Congresswoman, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. And that's exactly what you said. Is exactly right. I'm like, nowhere to be found in the whole spectrum. Yes.
Yeah, you don't fit neatly into anybody's column, Congresswoman, that's for sure. You say after 4 decades of political gridlock and 4 years of President Biden's reckless open borders policy, Americans are demanding real solutions. But you say that doesn't include ICE raids and mass deportations. You also say neither will blanket amnesty. So let's have the conversation. Where do you come down in this book? What are your thoughts for a plan forward when it comes to all these people that are in the country illegally, some of whom are contributing, some are not?
Yeah, and thank you for the opportunity. Now that the border is sealed, we need to have a political and a national conversation as to what are we going to do with those people who have been here for more than 5 years. They did not come in during the Biden caravans. Those people who have been contributing for decades do not have a criminal record. And they have been helping construction, hospitality, agricultural, dairy, slaughterhouses, greenhouses, hotels. What are we going to do with them? We do not have enough manpower in ISIS to kick them out. We're talking about more than 10 million people. We understand that they are illegals, that they broke the law, but let's have common sense. Let's make them levy their salary. Let's give them the opportunity to come out of the shadows, national security, that we will know who is here and who's not, and then give them the dignity status, which is not citizenship. American citizenship is not in this legislation.
No citizenship. I think that's key for a lot of people, Congresswoman. No citizenship. Legal status. You can be here legally. You cannot vote. You cannot be a legal American citizen now or ever. That's what you're saying.
Ever. Hispanics who are illegals do not care about voting. That is what the Dems are pushing them to do. Do you really think that someone who came from Honduras and just crossed the border and is picking up the jalapeno peppers in Southern California or the peaches in the Midwest, do you really think that he cares about voting in the American system? That he doesn't even understand? He doesn't even speak English? Well, we need him on the fields. But that is what the Dems have presented to us for years. For 40 years, the Democratic Party has been playing political football with the Hispanics. Trump was the guy who brought them into the GOP. And I want to keep them in the GOP, those who have the voting card, because Hispanics are the largest and fastest minority in the country. We need those votes so we can fend off socialism and Marxism that is penetrating the Democratic Party.
One of the criticisms would be of this plan from some, and I've heard it and you have as well, that it would push down wages. It would push Americans who could have jobs out of a job because these folks from Honduras or wherever they might be from will take a lower wage. What do you say to that?
Yes, that's exactly right. That's why we're making in this legislation E-Verify mandatory. So no business owner in construction, hospitality, or agricultural could be hiring anybody for half of what they need to be paying an American worker. And that American worker also has the opportunity, if he does not want to work in that industry any longer, he has the opportunity to get retrained or learn how to do something different, because I'm creating 2 pots of money. One, $50 billion from the levies that the illegals need to pay when they are, which is 1% of their salary for 7 years. That would create a pot of money of $50 billion. And then the $7,000 in fines that they have to pay will create another pot of $70 billion.
All right, where is the line going to be? Let me ask you this. I don't have a lot of time, and I want to make sure I get that. Where is the line going to be drawn for anybody who has committed a crime? Is it going to be a misdemeanor and you're out? Is it a felony and you're out? What is the line in your thinking?
That is a very good question. And I would say, and I don't want to be, because I know that there are very specific sections in the legislation, but this has to be a very minor and very mild misdemeanor. We're not talking about murders or felony or aggravated assault. None of that. If you had a DUI or if you beat your wife, chances are that you're out. No criminal record.
I'm glad you mentioned DUI because if you have a DUI, you're not allowed in the nation of Canada, period. Not even as a visitor. It's been that way my entire life. I know I'm here in Michigan. People that I know that have DUIs, they can't go to Canada. You can't.
Good.
Let me ask you this. The vetting process, these millions came in through the open borders of Joe Biden and his team. It was their policy to leave the borders open and claim, oh, we can't do anything about it. Of course you can do something about it. Look at the border today. What about the vetting process for the people here? Is there something here to make sure we have the right people in the country?
5 years or more. You need to prove that you have been in the United States for more than 5 years. I'm not talking about anyone who came in under the Biden administration. That's Tren Duragua and MS-13. Those people cannot fall into the Dignity program. I'm talking about the historicals, the ones who've been here for 5, for 7, 10, 15, 12, 25. You do have people who have been in the country for 25 years legally. No criminal record, and they have been contributing to the economy. Those are the people we're talking about because those are the people that the economy needs. Look, this is an economic bill. Immigration has been the most toxic topic in the country for the last 40 years.
Yep.
All right? No one has been able to tackle it. We got to do something about it. This legislation has three things. It's political, it's economic, and it's national security.
And it's time to think about it differently. Yeah, you're saying it's time to think about it differently. Congresswoman Maria Elvira Salazar, the book, Dignity, Not Citizenship. The truth about immigration no one is telling you. Thank you for sharing this today. I know it stirs up a lot of emotion, and I give you credit for standing strong with your beliefs. We'll have you back anytime, Congresswoman. Thank you for being here.
It's the Christian thing to do as well.
Thank you.
I love it.
We'll take a break. What do you think about that? Send me an email, stevegruber.com. stevegruber.com. Send me an email. What do you think about that plan put forth? I'll be back.